Hey everyone, Michael here. Welcome into another episode of the Invest Well Show. This one's going to be just a few minutes, short and quick. Get in, get out, baby. But we're going to talk about some things that I believe matter to you, the listener, the viewer, wherever you're watching this. By the way, always we want to give a shout out to the sponsor, Wall Private Wealth. Done a great job of helping families in a lot of ways. Leanonthewall.com. Check them out. You got questions about your wealth or taxes. This is a time in our country, I think, in life right now, where people are stepping back and reevaluating what they think and what they believe, why they believe what they believe, and what are they really for. It's interesting how a lot of people have kind of, we'll call it, woken up over the last several years, where they've just been in a place where they said, wait, time out. When it comes to schools and how my kids are being taught, when it comes to roles and what we follow, when it comes to the government and what happens, like they're kind of waking up with what's happening out there. But sometimes, unfortunately, even with that waking up process, a lot of folks do not really take the time to slow down and internalize what they're doing with their own financial life. I want to challenge you on this show. It's called Your Wealth for a reason, because I really want to challenge you, whether you're starting out or whether you have millions and millions or billions of dollars. I want to challenge you to reevaluate not only how you do what you do, but also the team that assists you in what you do. There's a conversation from the Fed about the fact that they're going to be reducing rates by 25 basis points all the way up to June 2025. And what will that do to markets? Well, I think it could be beneficial. There's a lot of conversation about whether or not Trump wins or Kamala wins or, that kind of thing. And if you watch this after the election, you'll see some of the results. But what I want to tell you is it's so important to slow down your life and really take this opportunity, as we are having so much noise and chaos in the world, to slow down and look at your own financial situation. Here's a couple questions that I want to challenge you with on this short show. That is, number one, do you know what your plan is for you and your wealth in the future? In other words, do you have a plan? Do you have a purpose? Do you have a kind of a written down goal of where you'd like to get and why? A lot of times if you ask folks whether they have a lot of wealth or not, what is your goal with the money? A lot of you don't really have a plan. So number one, find a plan and get a purpose. Number two, make sure that the investments that you're utilizing with your current structure actually complement your goals and your plan. What do I mean by that? Well, maybe you're in a place where you want to give a lot of money away annually. Let's say you have a lot of wealth. You want to give a lot of money away annually to certain organizations or charities. Well, if you're all in the market, your wealth is going to go up and down and up and down as the market moves. It's going to make it challenging for you to really be in a place where you can give the way that you want to give and have some consistency to it, because you can't depend on the ebbs and flows of the markets as far as consistency in your portfolio. So that's the second thing. Do your investments align and complement your goals and your desires and your purpose for your wealth? I think the third thing, which is so important, you got to evaluate where you are in relation to taxes. It's the old adage, right? It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. Remember the thought before that used to be said is know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Now, obviously, that's in relation to go out while you're on top, so to speak. And we want to make sure that we keep profits along the way. But as we do that, let's not chase returns just for returns. Let's also make sure that we're in a place where we're analyzing the tax structure. It's really one of the biggest things that I've seen over the years with a lot of investors, whether they're in private deals or public type opportunities, investments. I've seen over the years where if they don't have a good handle on their tax structure, they ultimately end up keeping less than they originally anticipated, which obviously doesn't suit the needs of the overall goal and purpose. So those are my three quick thoughts and ideas for you to really think, take this time of chaos and noise and madness in the world to use it as an opportunity to kind of pull the shades, shut the screens, shut the noise, and evaluate not what the government is doing and not what's happening out there, but what is actually going on in your own personal investment structure. So that way, regardless of what happens out there, which you and I can't control completely, you know that you've taken every steps possible to maximize you and your wealth. And again, if you got a couple $1 million, you got questions, head over to leanonthewall.com, the team that sponsors this show. They got a lot of great stories of families that they've been able to help over the years. And like always, take time to educate yourself so you can make better decisions and hopefully improve your life. Be blessed. We'll talk to you next show.